Avatar from 2009 is an epic sci-fi action adventure directed by James Cameron, director of Terminator and Aliens and other great action adventure and sci-fi classics. And the stars Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Stephen Lang, Giovanni Ribisi, Sigourney Weaver, Wes Studi, CCH Pounder, they were busy if I didn't say that already, and tons of others. It has a great ensemble cast, and the visuals in this movie are stunning. The beautiful, the amazing look of how they designed Pandora, this fictional planet. It's the main setting of the movie, and the main plot is like these Marines from Earth. They're sent to inhabit Pandora because it's a planet similar to Earth, but since the oxygen on the planet isn't good for humans to breathe. They take these like dead aliens called the Navi. They're like these like alien version of Native Americans, and they inject the humans' consciousness into the avatars in their secret labs, and the humans like are able to like live and breathe in the planet in these alien bodies known as avatars. Mm. Spoilers for an old movie from 2009. Uh, I mean, this came out in theaters. I didn't know nothing about it, but by the title, just by the title alone, Avatar, I didn't want to go see it because I all I knew about Avatar was like Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Nickelodeon cartoon, and I wasn't too big on that show, so I wasn't interested in seeing a movie about it. And I'd already the previous summer I'd already seen a trailer for Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I thought that was the movie, not a different movie named Avatar. But when I found out it was different, I was interested in seeing it. And when I did see it a few years ago, I liked it. And a few years later, I mean, and yeah, it's a nice story. It's like a cowboys and Indians in space. Like a lot of people compare this to other great movies that are better than this, like Pocahontas or Dances with Wolves, The Little Big Man, The Last Samurai, um, A Man Called Horse with Richard Harris. It's a classic western. Yeah, and other like Star Wars. Yeah, this is basically like Star Wars and Dances with Wolves and Last Samurai, Fern Gully, Princess Mononoke, all the other movies I mentioned, all mashed together. And those are much better movies than this. It's just a good movie, don't get me wrong, but it's a bit overrated. And it's a little too long. It didn't need to be like 165 minutes long. You could have cut some scenes shorter, and it wouldn't have affected the plot in any way. It had some good action. So the bombing of the Soul Tree, the Tree of Souls, whatever, the final battle, and the explosions, the shootouts, the fight choreography, the martial arts, hand to hand combat, knife fights, sword fights, what yada, all done excellently well. And the designs on the Navi people are cool, and all of the way they like made is like doing their ponytails together, whatever. I thought that was kind of weird. Leave it to James Cameron to make up something like that. Yeah, James Cameron, he's a good writer, director, producer, but in real life, he's a weirdo. And this is his passion project that he's been wanting to make since he was a teenager. Although I think he like copied from all the other movies I mentioned as time went on because he wanted to. I think he wanted to wait until the technology was more advanced. We could make this, and during the early 2000s when we had all these hits like The Matrix and Lord of the Rings trilogy and Star Wars prequels, he decided, nope, now's a good time to make it. And in the story, like anyway, the humans they invade Pandora, and the main character Jake Sully, he's this paralyzed guy whose mind is transferred into this avatar body, and he interacts with the Navi people, learns about their culture, and works as a spy amongst them. But he grows to become friends with them and falls in love with this Navi warrior Natiri, played by Zoe Saldana, and his other human buddies, such as this fighter pilot played by Michelle Rodriguez and this scientist played by Sigourney Weaver. They're sympathetic to the Navi, and they in the final battle, they all turn against the Colonel Quetridge, played by Stephen Lang, who's an all right villain. He's a bit like one dimensional though, and the final showdown with all five is pretty impressive. And I love how Michelle Rodriguez, she's tough, a tough girl. She says she turns on a soldier says, "I got a gun too, bitch." That was pretty badass. And the final showdown between Quatric and the giant robot and Sully were pretty cool. Mm, the and I like how not all the humans are bad. I mean, at the end, the some of the soldiers who did fight against the Navi are driven off and returned home, while the ones that were sympathetic to them choose to stay and live amongst them in peace, which is good. And Jake's mind is transferred into the Avatar body forever, so he can live forever with the love of his life. And the movie ends. And this movie was like politically, like it was critical of U.S. foreign policy, particularly in the Middle East these days. You know, even back in the 2000s, and there's a lot of like spiritual, mysticistic philosophy on this movie based on like Hinduism and ancient mythology and the it's yeah, this is has a lot of copy from Star Wars. Like the Force is now that it's like eternal, like pantheistic thing on Pandora. Well, it's not the taken with the Force, but whatever. Yeah, this is a good movie, but a bit overrated. And if they just did it with one movie and didn't do the sequels, that would have been okay. I've seen the second one; it was all right. It was a bit of a rehash of the first one. The new characters made it interesting. I'll review that next. All right, I give this movie 2 thumbs up. All right, that's my review. If you like it, please hit the like button, subscribe for more. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.